NCAA basketball totals for Monday, March 27th. This is a segment we've been doing all season on NCAA totals. Really, really bad week last week. I was absolutely terrible, going 1-6. Just a really bad job by me. Really no excuse. I could talk about how the matchups were tough and this or that, but I just did a bad job and had a bad week, and it just happens sometimes. I thought we got a little bit snake bit though in the last game where we had Xavier and Gonzaga on the over. They had that big first half, and then they just couldn't score enough in the second half. Surprisingly, that was just the kind of week it was, unfortunately. But fortunately, there's a new week, a new day, and also we are 171 and 146 on the season. That hits us right at 54%. So can't complain so much. Just got to do better. Really want to finish the season on a strong note. I don't think we can get to 55%. I don't think there's enough games, but we should. We still want to just get, if we can get just above that 54% range, we're in the profits, and that's where we want to be at the end of the season. So bad weeks happen. Unfortunately, last week was a really bad one. Let's see if we can get one today. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the college basketball invitational. We got Wyoming versus Coastal Carolina. Odds makers have this total at 154, and I'm going under. But before I talk about that, don't forget sbrpicks.com, sportsbook review, our YouTube channel and Facebook page. I always got to mention that. Also, don't forget we have our NBA Live segment that we do at 5 o'clock Eastern. That's Sunday through Thursday. We talk about not only the NBA totals, which actually those have been picking up on a decent clip over the past couple weeks. So you want to tune into that. That one's a lot of fun. We get a lot of feedback, and I get to talk to you guys about games and stuff like that. So come on in, check that one out. We also talk about spreads and things like that. So we'll talk about some March Madness, and it's just a really good segment. So please come in and check that out, and we can talk some basketball. Okay, so this line today, we got Wyoming and Coastal Carolina, 154. I get that line from UWager. And that's where they have it at. And I'm going to go under this total. And here's why I'm going to go under the total. Two really high-scoring teams, and both of them are playing it really well. But also, they're both playing some really solid defense. So first, let's talk about their offenses. You got, Wyoming coming out of the Mountain West Conference. You got Coastal Carolina, the Sun Belt. They don't see each other at all, and both teams like to really pick up the pace. You got Wyoming goes at a really nice clip. They're averaging 59.4 attempts per game. They're also scoring 77.6 points per game. That ranks almost in the top 50. Coastal Carolina, not bad, 71.7 points per game. Good clip, though, 61.1 attempts per game. That's 40th in the country. Also, Wyoming allows a lot of tempo as well, allowing opponents 62.2 attempts per game. So that's outside the top 300 teams as far as, tempo allowed, or, you can switch it the other way depending on how you want to look at it. It's fast tempo. That's the point. So this 154 is a very interesting number. But when I start to break this down, what I'm seeing from these two teams recently is an emphasis on defense. And I think that's what we're going to see tonight. Coastal Carolina right now, they've really stepped things up on the defensive end. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. In the college basketball invitational, they've been really good. They've allowed just 67 points, 63 points, and then 78 points, a really high affair in their last one. But still, that's a pretty solid average there that they're allowing so far in the tournament. And Wyoming is doing much of the same. When we look at their numbers recently, they had a high-scoring affair with Eastern Washington the first game of the tournament that they had at home. But since then, they allowed 61 to Missouri at Kansas City, a pretty fast tempo team, and then Utah Valley State that can get up and down as well. They only allowed 68 points. So, you're talking about two teams that are really trying to step things up defensively. So that 154, they're going to score because both these teams can score. But in the end, you're talking about also two teams that are playing some good defense right now. On the year, Coastal Carolina is allowing 73.3 points per game. That's not great. Wyoming's worse, 76.3, but their defensive percentages are not bad at all. You got a Wyoming team allowing opponents just 41% from the floor. That ranks 34th in the country. Better than that, they're allowing opponents to shoot just 32% from distance. That ranks 33rd. So although they push tempo, statistically, they play some defense. Coastal Carolina as well. Right now, they're allowing opponents to shoot just 42.1% on the season. That ranks almost in the top 50, and they're in the top 100, which is not great, but not bad from defending from beyond the arc at 33.5%. So both teams, and recently the trend is they are getting some stops. So this should be pretty up and down this first one, but as these teams start to feel each other out this first game, I think the defenses are going to come to play as the two coaches prepare their clubs to face teams that they don't normally face. So I look for the defenses to really step up today, and I'm going to stay under this 154. It just seems a bit too much. These teams can score, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do this first game. But for my prediction, I think it's going to stay under. So I'm going to go ahead and back under this total and what's going to be a pretty good matchup. Two teams kind of in the middle of the pack of their conferences, trying to finish out the year, on a winning note in this smaller tournament. But I think under 154 is the way to go. Again, I got that line from UWager, so be sure to check out Sportsbook Review for all the sportsbooks there. And be sure to also tune into our NBA Live segment. And that's it. I wish you guys luck on your picks today.
We hope you enjoyed the video. Hey, don't miss out on the best basketball betting content available on YouTube. Click our logo button on the bottom left to subscribe. And as always, guys, give us a like and drop your comments below because we want to hear from you. Visit our website to take advantage of all our free products.